Yesterday, MacArthur Park is in a largely immigrant neighborhood. LA's Mayor Karen Bass says she rushed to the area demanding they leave. Congressman Jimmy Gomez of California is joining us now. MacArthur Park is in his district. Congressman, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I first just want to get some information about what happened. Do you know if anyone was actually detained or how many people were arrested or detained in what happened yesterday?
Yeah, I've heard that no one was actually detained, which makes us believe that this was more of a political and media stunt where they wanted to, I don't know, capture footage of show of force by having more than 100 federal agents in full gear. People can see it in military equipment, horseback, trucks, a show of force for what? 20 plus kids that were playing at a playground during summer camp, some young as 8 years old. So it just shows that this wasn't about any group of individuals. They said it was about MS-13 gang members. I don't think MS-13 gang members hang out at a summer camp in downtown or near downtown LA. So I think it was just appalling, and we need this kind of activity to stop.
And I'm curious, too, just by your assessment, clearly you see this as just a PR stunt. Were they doing anything illegal or beyond what the law allows? Is this simply them taking the law all the way up to the line? Do you think this is, I guess, legal and okay?
Well, I want people to understand that this is not what immigration enforcement used to look like. Before Donald Trump, before this term, you never saw full military gear. You didn't see people on horseback. You saw them dressed very differently. So this is a intimidation. They're trying to scare people. Is it within the bounds of the law? Well, I don't know what law that they actually broke, but they did scare people in the park, and they tried to intimidate folks. So that's what we're concerned about, that this is not serving any real purpose. They haven't gone after MS-13 gang members like they said they were, or criminal cartels. They're actually taking people off of those cases and having them go after hardworking immigrants, people that work at car washes, at restaurants, at day laborer sites. Have you heard of any major MS-13 gang member takedowns? I haven't.
And you mentioned how scared people were, how intimidated they felt. I think for a lot of the country, help them understand what it feels like, specifically in your district. But I know Mayor Karen Bass has spoken about this as well. The general feeling there in Los Angeles for a lot of people who are quite on edge right now.
I think, one, a lot of Americans have traveled abroad like I have. I've been to Mexico when I was a kid a number of times. And when I saw troops everywhere in foreign countries, I was intimidated. I was scared. People with big guns. I never thought that would happen in the United States. Would you have active military on our streets? And that's what you have, is this deep fear that's building and building and building. Because here's the thing, they are not going after criminals. They're going after anybody that is brown, that looks like me, that can't pass as what they say as a typical American. That's why you're getting people who are not undocumented actually arrested. That's the fear that exists, that anybody, doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not, could be arrested and held in detainment for a number of days. If not, it also makes people scared that they're going to get ripped away from their families and their friends and their businesses. So this fear is real because it can happen anywhere at any time, but it happens to mainly people. Here, we're guilty until proven innocent. And even then, people question us if we don't have a right passport on our hands.
Do you think California and Los Angeles are being targeted here?
Of course. And that's because Donald Trump knows that he wants to try to set an example with California, the kind of place we are. Remember, we're the state who has embraced immigrants, that understands the power of being inclusive, the entrepreneurial aspect of immigrants. We're the state that beat back 187 and Pete Wilson, that turned the state from red to blue. He doesn't want that to happen in other states, so he's trying to take it out on us. You know what? No matter what he does, we're not going away. We're not going to give up on our values. We're not going to bend the knee to him or to anybody else that wants to act like a wannabe dictator.
What kind of power? I mean, obviously you're in Congress. There are other local California officials, all the way from the governor to the mayor and others. What kind of power, though, do you all have to push back on this?
Well, we know that one of the things that we want to do is make sure that people see and understand what's happening. The fact that who he's going after, that they're not criminals. These are people that oftentimes have no criminal record. He's going after children. And we know that this is starting to eat away at his base. It's highly unpopular. Even Joe Rogan, somebody that's on the podcast side, who has a lot of support regarding from the MAGA constituency, he even says that this is not what they signed up for. This is not what they wanted. And one of the things, the way we do it is we have to win public opinion more and more to our side. I'm not sure if he's going to stop, but we want to make sure that people understand the consequences when it comes to our economy, when it comes to who we are as a country, and what it means in the long term. I think that this is a dangerous path we're on, because when people get comfortable seeing this kind of militarization of not only ICE, but the use of military on our public streets, it becomes easier and easier to do it, not only in LA, but across the country.
All right, Congressman Jimmy Gomez, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up, going through airport security, about